Tonight on News 5 Live, the UDP protests in the blistering heat as the Briceño administration demands an apology from the leader of the opposition. We'll take you to the front lines of the demonstration as well as inside Parliament, where Shine Barrow has been given a deadline to apologize to the House Speaker. Belizeans prepare for the first annular eclipse in 23 years. And in tonight's Look on the Bright Side, how friendship bracelets help a young woman cope with physical pain. These stories and more coming up on News 5 Live.
Man, ever since everybody heard the next big thing there, the excitement can't done. Everyone wants to know more.
More?
Yes, please. I tell them, say hello to unlimited data, only with Digi. You can now enjoy unlimited data with Digi's postpaid plans, like the Plus plan, which just got cheaper, I might add. The Elite and Max plans also have unlimited data. You can have from 5 to 7 people on your shared plan, with all having unlimited data 24/7. I tell you no, big things. If you're not signed up already, I suggest you sign up now. Make the switch to Digi. The next big thing there, go sign up for your unlimited data. Unlimited is unlimited. Never worry about data again.
Watch The Truth of God with Pastor Gino Jennings of the First Church of Our Lord Jesus Christ every Sunday morning at 8 a.m. exclusively on Channel 5 Belize. The Truth of God with Pastor Gino Jennings every Sunday at 8 a.m. on Channel 5 Belize.
Everything is better electric. Be more efficient with electric vehicles and transforming your home with Energy Star electric appliances and power tools. This helps to create a greener and cleaner world for the next generation. Energize your world with BEL.
Taking its name from the venerable father of the nation, the George Price Highway stretches 77 miles from Belize City to Benqueviejo. Originally built in the 1930s, this cross-country highway system is the artery that links Belize to Central America at the western border with Guatemala. That connection facilitates overland trade, supporting Belize's economic development. Winding its way across the scenic countryside, the George Price Highway from Roaring Creek to Esperanza has been fully reconstructed to meet international standards, with particular emphasis on road safety. A shorter and hassle-free commute is best enjoyed when everyone obeys the traffic laws. To reduce the number and frequency of road traffic accidents, it means that a seatbelt must be worn at all times and the speed limit observed when traveling along the highway. It also means that pedestrians must use sidewalks and crosswalks where available. Buses should only board and discharge passengers at a designated bus stop. Road safety is everyone's responsibility. It begins with you.
My Social Security. Your direct online access to all your Social Security information. 360 view of all your Social Security information. Registration services, benefits, contributions, and employer services at your fingertips. Enjoy all the new features with your My Social Security account. Register with SSB. Submission of benefit claims. Submission of contribution statements. View contribution record. Enjoy all your My Social Security feature at ssbportal.org.bz. Social Security at your fingertips.
Good evening and welcome to News 5 Live for Friday, October 13th. I am Sabrina Daly. Earlier today, a throng of UDP protesters gathered in front of the National Assembly for the sitting of the House of Representatives. They attempted to storm past the police blockade outside the House while it was in session. The protesters, led by Leader of the Opposition Shine Barrow, said they were there to express their views against the government for things they do not agree with. During the event, UDP officials spoke against issues such as the management of Social Security monies and other matters that they described as injustices. Today's protest, according to the UDP, is the beginning of coming attractions. News 5's Marian Ali reports.
Today, members and supporters of the United Democratic Party attempted to interrupt the sitting of the House of Representatives. The crowd that gathered at the foot of the Assembly building in Belmopan was there in support of the Leader of the Opposition, Moses Shine Barrow, who earlier this month called on Belizeans to join in and protest against what he calls a corrupt government. This was the scene outside the House when Barrow descended the stairs to meet the protesters. Shortly after, he addressed the media.
This is what happens when you have tens of millions of dollars to invest in these shell companies by cronies, and you don't have money to pay people their social security benefits. I cannot understand how we have tens of millions of dollars to invest in shell companies, but we don't have the money to give the people.
The interview was interrupted when the crowd pushed the guardrails and tried to overpower the police. And then Barrow returned to the interview and criticized the government for its recent announcement to borrow money from the Social Security Board.
Even with the loan, not even a loan, I don't know if it's a loan, I don't know if it's an investment, I don't know what it is, because there's no transparency. There is no information forthcoming as to what this $20 million investment is. No prospectus. We don't know if there's collateral. We don't know anything about the PPP, who the private entity is. We know nothing.
Today's protest, according to UDP Chairman Michael Perifit, is the start of more action.
This is just, as my father would say, previews of coming attractions. So we're just starting to come in. People have to come from further than others. And the efforts, there was no real effort. We made the call that we had to have the government hear our voices, and people were on board, and we're here.
UDP Deputy Chairman Alberto August said they had no fear to stand up against what they thought were injustices.
We have no problem to go behind bars because we are standing up for the Belizean people. So take us behind bars. We are prepared to do that. We are prepared to sacrifice so that this government gets the message. They can keep us behind bar as long as they want. But we are standing up for the people of this country. The people of this country take one licking from this administration.
The protest did not interrupt the proceedings inside the House. Reporting for News 5, I'm Marian Ali.
We caught Leader of the Opposition Moses Shine Barrow outside of the Assembly building and asked him for his thoughts on the behavior of protesters this morning. He says that while he doesn't condone any kind of violence against police officers, protesters were simply expressing their frustration.
I came out and I said my greetings to people, and people were exercising their frustrations, and I tried to signal to them to hold it down, but protesters have a right to protest. I can't tell them how to express their frustrations. I would hope that they could do it in a peaceful manner. That is what I advocate. You never saw me condoning that exercise of their frustration. I all said that they are frustrated, and I listed the reasons why they're frustrated. But I did not condone or encourage any such behavior. It was a robust turnout. It was actually what we wanted. The people came out and expressed their frustration. You know, the Social Security thing is very, very disturbing. I will get back inside and I will raise it on the adjournment. Very, very disturbing what they're doing.
The Leader of the Opposition has been given until the end of the month to apologize to Speaker of the House, Valerie Woods. Back in August, Barrow wrote the Speaker of the House after his no-confidence motion against the Prime Minister was rejected. In that letter, Barrow referred to the Speaker as a, quote, waste of time Speaker of the House. The Constitution and Foreign Affairs Committee met on Wednesday to deliberate the nature of Barrow's comments. The committee in that meeting agreed that the Leader of the Opposition should apologize to Speaker Woods. As we have been reporting, Patrick Fauber, the UDP's area representative for Collet, wrote to the committee distancing himself from the comments of his party leader. Today, Chairman of the committee, Julius Espat, read Fauber's letter to the committee inside the House.
As a member of the opposition, I wish to formally distance myself from the comments made by the Leader of the Opposition, Honorable Dr. Shine Barrow. I would have removed the doctor, by the way. In his letter dated 10 August 2023. You are going to be a doctor, yes, but he is not a doctor. They say people that get those kind of doctorate degrees should not put it as part of their description. If there are genuine concerns or disagreements regarding the procedures or decisions in the House, they ought to be communicated in a manner that is both constructive and respectful. The nature of the letter from the Leader of the Opposition was neither. The recommendation is for an apology. But what does it mean when one gives an apology? This might help the Leader of the Opposition, Mr. Speaker. Hopefully it does. It says, apology helps us to move past our anger and prevents us from being stuck in the past. One of the reasons to give an apology. Offering an apology implies that they have harmed another person in some way which can elicit feelings of shame. So we understand. We are human beings. We make mistakes. You have to acknowledge your mistake.
Opposition leader Shine Barrow rose to speak following Minister Espat. He doubled down on his decision not to issue an apology to Speaker of the House, Valerie Woods. Barrow says he makes no apology for calling out the Speaker of the House.
If you want to amend the standing orders, that is something that we should discuss. If you want to seek clarification, if you want to expand the rights of the Speaker outside of the Honorable House, you want to contemplate that, then do so. But don't try to make it up as you go along and now want to govern the conduct of members outside the Honorable House. And I make absolutely no apologies for calling out the Speaker's actions. Thank you.
Opposition Leader, you've been given until the end of the month to issue an official apology. Do you intend to do so?
No.
Why?
Do you expect that this will get to court?
I don't want to anticipate what the government is doing. Nothing surprises me. The government has no authority, no standing in this matter. Just as we are out here, we are outside of the House. The standing orders don't govern conduct or behavior outside of the Honorable House. All of the standing orders are to guide the operations inside the House so that there's no disruption for the business that needs to take place inside of the House. That is their opinion. They made a recommendation. I have no intention.
Sir, but are you not undermining, in this case, the decision by the Privileges Committee?
No, but the Privileges Committee had no authority. They could call a meeting on anything. Let me be clear. That is the only thing that I agreed. They could call a meeting, but they have no standing. They cited no point of order. They stated no standing order that was violated. They stated no privilege that was violated.
Prime Minister John Briseno also shared his thoughts on the motion. He took the representatives back to the days when UDP Senator Michael Parafit was Speaker of the House. According to PM Briseno, Parafit was a bully as a speaker. But as with speakers that followed, the PUP never referred to any one of them as a waste of time.
You remember when Michael Parafit, Michael Parafit was a cheat way? I mean, that guy was, I can't even find the words right now to describe. He was a bully, continues to be a bully, but especially in the House, He was so bad. Could you?
Members.
Michael Parafit was so bad as Speaker and uncontrollable that even the then Prime Minister had to change him. They changed him because he was really, really bad. Well, with Miss Langsworth, you know, we knew that she's a UDP, and we knew that she would do whatever the Prime Minister then tells her to do. But she was a lady, and she behaved like one, and we treated her with decorum, and we treated her with respect. There are many times when she was ruling against us, but at no time we dared to call her names. There are many times several times they never accept my questions, you know. Questions when I thought that we met within the frame, within the standing orders. I never tell you a waste of time. I never call out or go up in public for, oh, I'm a macho man. I never call she out. You're not a macho man, my brother, when you behave like that. You're not. You're degrading yourself.
Karim Musa, the area representative for Caribbean Shores, also weighed in on the debate. He, like the Prime Minister, also reflected on days in the past when the People's United Party was in opposition and how its members were treated in the House of Representatives. In the same vein, Musa took a jab at Barrow, reminding him that these debates are held in the House of the People and not P. Diddy's house.
The Honorable Member for Cayo South and myself endured all sorts of attacks and assaults. The member for Belize Rural Central, I don't know if how far your memory go back, because I don't know if you may pay attention from prison, but the member from Belize Rural Central was the subject of the harshest of attacks from the then member for Mesopotamia. And nothing from your side. And so you come here with this double speak as you always do. And yes, it can be argued that we all signed up for this. We all signed up for the hurly-burly of politics. And I agree with you that we should not be insulting the women in the Honorable House. I want to remind you, you're no longer in that bad boy life, member. You're no longer in that bad boy life. And so this house, that a people's host, just always remember that. Always remember that we on this side, we want to see you continue as leader. You make it hard for we. Because you got the member, you say they cross the floor. I nervous now, because I said, no man, we need this man to be leader into the next election. So let us continue. We can give you that support, brother, but work with women, work with we. And do the right thing and apologize. And remember, this is not P. Diddy house, this is the people's house.
Coming up, Shine leaves Faber's fate to party's internal mechanism. We'll have more details when we come back.
Hello, friends. I'm Dr. Bob Roberts with another 60-second sermon from God's Word. The Bible says, "For all have sinned and come short of the glory of God, and that there is none righteous, no, not one." There are two great facts the Bible makes clear about all of us. First of all, we have all sinned. Secondly, all of us need God's forgiveness. I understand that it was Billy Graham's custom to get names of prominent people in the city in which he would be conducting a crusade to pray for them in advance that they would come to Christ during the crusade. Once, when preparation was being made to conduct a crusade in a large city in America, he wrote the mayor of that city and asked him to mail him a list of some people in the city whom he knew really needed forgiveness. The mayor responded by mailing Billy Graham a telephone book for the entire city. The message was clear. They all needed forgiveness. While some may be guilty of more obvious sins that incur greater guilt and consequences than others, the truth is that all of us have sinned and stand in need of God's forgiveness. How quick and ready God is to forgive the most vile of sinners who come to Him by faith in His Son, Jesus Christ. The last act of Jesus when dying on the cross was one of forgiveness. In his dying moments, he cried out to God and said, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." 2,000 years later, he remains faithful and just to forgive all who honestly confess their sins unto him. Today's 60-second sermon has been presented by Christian Foundations of Faith in cooperation with the Baptist churches in your area.
Everything is better electric. Be more efficient with electric vehicles and transforming your home with Energy Star electric appliances and power tools. This helps to create a greener and cleaner world for the next generation. Energize your world with BEL.
WestTrack Limited is committed to working hard every day to ensure you get the right products at the most affordable price. We strive to have the greatest selection of quality, affordable, and timely products and services that will enhance your personal or corporate lives. With an extensive line of products, we'll be sure to have what you need. For even faster service, you can contact us on Facebook, WhatsApp, or by email. We look forward to seeing you come through our doors at your nearest WestTrack branch today.
It appears that the opposition leader has had a change of heart regarding one matter, which is having a by-election to replace his representative for Collet. Patrick Faber rubbed Barrow the wrong way when he wrote that letter to the committee, distancing himself from the comments made to the speaker. Earlier this week, Barrow announced that Faber's vote is tantamount to crossing the floor. But tonight, the opposition leader is saying that he will leave the matter to be dealt with internally.
The irony of it is that same member who, when a gentleman by the name of Cardona, he was the Orange Walk area representative for the UDP. The gentleman you're referring to wrote him a letter as a party chairman to tell him that he constructively resigned because while he did not vote against the party, he spoke against the party. So I just thought that that was ironic. But the party will deal with that matter internally.
Do you think this is it for Mr. Faber in terms of him being a part of the UDP?
The party will deal with the matter internally. My colleagues have asked me to allow them to deal with the matter internally, and I will respect the wishes of my colleagues.
Did you call for a division on the vote to see where your party members stand on this matter?
Well, I know where people stand, and so you call the division so people could stand where they stand, right?
On record.
Yeah.
Do you believe, though, that Faber had crossed the floor, or do you feel like you were being a bit hasty?
I don't believe I was being hasty. You talk to 5 different lawyers, they give you 5 different opinions. What was done in the House Committee was, I won't say unprecedented, because as I said, Cardona did the same thing. And interestingly enough, when he did it, Mr. Faber considered it constructively resigning. And I believe they did write to the Speaker to say that he crossed the floor. And the Speaker, I'm not sure what the interpretation that the Speaker had, but I think they moved his seat somewhere. So it's a very ironic situation. But as I said, the party will deal with it.
Patrick Faber also had his say in the House on the debate. And if there were any questions as to where Faber's allegiance lies, he contended that he will always be a UDP. He stood by his position on the matter, but says his party leader is not entirely wrong.
I hold firm to what I've said in my letter of correspondence to the Constitution and Foreign Affairs Committee that dealt with this matter on Wednesday last. Because I hold firm to my belief, and I will tell you that the leader of the opposition is not wrong. I have some concerns about some of the things that happen in here in terms of how the Speaker rules as well, but as many have pointed out before, it is improper for us to talk about that in here. And in fact, there is a proper way of registering our complaint when that is the case. So it is out of no ill will or malice that I wrote my position to the committee, and I stand firm with what I've said. But I also wish, Mr. Speaker, to place on record what my other colleagues have said, because they fail to highlight those members on that side who have used my letter to make their points. There is a section of my letter that says it is crucial to uphold the principle that every office and position, particularly within our esteemed institution, be treated with the utmost respect.
As you heard, the leader of the opposition called for a division on the motion to adopt the committee's report. 19 members voted in favor of adopting the motion, 2 voted against, while Area Representative Patrick Faber and Tracy Panton abstained. There was a back and forth this morning in the House after Prime Minister John Briceño rose to speak on a loan of $17 million that the government is getting from the Inter-American Development Bank. This is to expand the government's ability to promote sustainable growth, to suitably manage key commercial species in the fisheries sector, and assist to mitigate factors that can jeopardize the fishing sector's ability to continue producing up to par. The work plan is for a period of 5 years, and the loan will be repaid over a period of 25 years. The PM explained how they will use the money.
This $7 million that we're borrowing is going to help the Fisheries Department under the Blue Economy, the Ministry of Blue Economy, to be able to do the research, to use the science as to how is it that we're going to manage our resources sustainably going forward. And secondly, a portion of the funds is going to be used directly with our fisher folks to help them to do 2 things. One, to learn how to be able to manage our resources sustainably, but also to look at other opportunities that may be made available to them, such as, for instance, fly fishing, that now has become a huge sport in Belize. It is bringing in over $250 million US, $500 million Belize dollars per year, and it continues to grow. And it is catch and release, so that the people now that are doing fly fishing with our tourists, the guides that are doing that, now they are making even a lot more money than when they were fishing for lobster or conchs and so forth. So, Madam Speaker, it is important for us to point out to both sides of this House that this loan is very important for this country, that we can be able to continue to manage sustainably what we have, and that we can learn from the mistakes in a region where they have overfished their marine life.
Please note a correction. The loan mentioned before is $7 million US. During the proceedings, members from across the aisle engaged in their respective views on the fisheries loan. And at one point, the Speaker had to intervene when the leader of the opposition rose on a point of order. This was how the exchanges went, with most of the members supporting the loan motion.
We support our fishermen and women, and so we have no difficulty with these types of investments. But, Madam Speaker, we must highlight the pathological borrowing, the obsessive borrowing that is taking place by this government. And we must underline that this exposes the dishonesty in this government's report of a robust GDP growth. If the economy was doing so well, why can't the government make this investment with all of the surplus that they should have based on the reports that we get from the Honorable Prime Minister?
While we may be talking of another loan to borrow, I want to make it clear that this plan here that was being done here for the $7 million was a carefully planned out studies that has yielded results now, and now we need to implement. And I say this because when we're talking about artisanal fisher folks, especially those that the leader of the opposition, the honorable member of MESOP, mentioned, directly up north, Sartaneja in particular, the traditional artisanal fisher folks that we must recognize. In fact, for your information, there are about, if our figures are right, there are at least 80 or so traditional fisher folks that continue to fish in that same manner and are the only recognized in Central America. So this much needed funds will go there to enhance to this much needed area that they need to go to teaching sustainably, to grow sustainably.
Well, this administration is almost at $1 billion worth of loans in 2.5 years, going on 3 now. They've borrowed what's the figure there, my friend? $912 million. So we have to be concerned about this. Madam Speaker, I will say, however, that I think the cause of this loan in particular from the Inter-American Development Bank is for generally a good cause, and I join the government in that work to save our marine industry.
I am truly glad my colleagues will get angry at me, Madam Speaker, but I'm truly glad for the Leader of the Opposition's comment on this loan, because I will take this back to my people and tell them the support you are getting was opposed by the Leader of the Opposition. So whenever he goes there and wants to campaign, the people will already know he does not support.
A point of order.
I need to hear the point of order. Member, please. Thank you. What's the point
Madam
of order?
Speaker, he's misstating what I have said. I said that I supported...
One second.
That's
What's
a
the point
clarification,
of...
not a point of order.
Elucidation? It's the member, if he will yield. Are you yielding so that the Leader of Opposition can elucidate?
Madam Speaker, he already made himself quite clear. No, I'm not.
Okay, continue, please.
And please ask you to stop the interruption. We all know the charade of the interruption, no? Yes, Madam Speaker. All right, that's one of the beauty of this when you have to expose yourself, all right? This is a beneficial bill for the fishermen. There is a phrase that goes out there where there's a phrase that said, we do not inherit the earth, we are borrowing it from our children. We are doing this, Madam Speaker, in other words, that future generations of fishermen can continue.
On Thursday, we reported on the joint statement by the government and Oceana, in which both sides stated that they will respect the demand of the people for a referendum on offshore oil drilling. The government had promised that if it is ever changed its position on offshore oil exploration, it would go to the public in a referendum first. And in the joint statement, it also said that it would introduce a bill in the House today to amend the Referendum Act so that it makes a referendum mandatory prior to any proposed amendment or repeal of the Petroleum Operations Maritime Zone Moratorium Act. Minister of Constitutional and Political Reform Henry Charles Usher introduced the bill for that amendment in the morning session of today's House sitting, after which the bill was taken through all its stages forthwith on a unanimous vote by Parliament.
Madam Speaker, 2 sections of the Referendum Act, Chapter 10, are being proposed for amendment to expand when a referendum should be held. 1. On any proposed amendment or repeal, whether express or implied, of the Petroleum Operations Maritime Zone Moratorium Act. And 2. On any proposed legislation affecting the carrying on of petroleum operations within the limits of the Maritime Zone of Belize. Madam Speaker, just as a little background, a statement was released yesterday jointly signed by the government of Belize and by Oceana in Belize. I have to congratulate the Attorney General for presenting the government of Belize and Mrs. Jacqueline Marshall-Leck for presenting Oceana in Belize for their continued dialogue and for drafting this statement, and certainly Oceana for keeping the communication channel open after the petitions were submitted to the Governor General. A few points from the joint statement. One, GOB confirms that there is no intention of amending or repealing the provisions of the Moratorium Act. We have to be clear about that. Two, GOB and Oceana in Belize are mutually committed to meaningful consultation on the matter of petroleum exploration in the maritime zone. Three, GOB and Oceana in Belize remain mutually committed to meaningful engagement to focus on the many marine conservation challenges that require collaborative action. Four, this amendment will ensure that the people of Belize will have their voices heard through a national referendum in the event that any government, now or in the future, desires to amend or repeal the Moratorium Act. Five, there is a commitment to dialogue and meaningful working relationship to protect and sustainably manage Belize's maritime conservation environment. And six, finally, thank you to all the Belizeans who signed the petition. Please be assured that your message was heard loud and clear.
Last week, we told you about embattled attorney Oscar Salgado resigning as chair of the Labor Advisory Committee, just 4 months after taking up the post. Salgado has been on trial in the High Court for a charge of abetment to commit murder, where he is accused of contracting a Belize City man to kill a woman who reportedly filed a complaint of sexual assault against him before the General Legal Counsel. His resignation letter was submitted and accepted by the Ministry of Labor exactly 1 week ago. Labor Minister Oscar Requena explains how Salgado was selected for the post, even though this charge has been hanging over his head.
I think it is very simple to explain this. Our Constitution guarantees us the right that we are innocent until proven guilty. And we have to be fair. We cannot pass judgment prematurely. So I believe that that is the situation.
So you knew about the charges, but you were waiting for the trial to come up?
Well, we have to be fair. We have to give people a fair opportunity. I don't think it is fair to judge someone without even, giving them the benefit, for them to be able to, have a fair trial.
Now, what do you make of his resignation?
Well, I'll tell you what. First of all, I want to say that we at the Ministry of Rural Transformation, Community Development, Labor and Local Government are very grateful for the work that Mr. Salgado and, his committee did. Mr. Salgado brought tremendous leadership, to the committee, and I must say that the work was well underway. We are grateful to him, and we wish him well in his future endeavors.
In an interview on Thursday at the launch of a solar project in 3 Maya communities in southern Belize, Toledo West Area Representative Oscar Requena fielded questions from the media. One hot-button issue in his division is that of the land dispute between Laguna and Yemery Grove. Requena says that a cabinet subcommittee has been set up to address the issue and to de-escalate tensions.
The cabinet, has set up a subcommittee that is certainly going to engage, the leaders and the people of both communities, moving forward. It is important that our people, come to the table, that they sit, that they dialogue. I encourage everyone. We have to ensure that, we de-escalate the tension. We know that sometimes, tensions run high, but we do not solve, problems, issues by escalating tensions, but rather by coming to the table, sitting down, speaking respectfully to one another, discussing the issues and finding a way to build consensus for both communities in this instance.
After the break, SIB hosts its first annual Data Users Conference. We'll tell you about that, but first, here's the weather update with data from the Belize Met Service.
X-Massive season with massive deals and rewards at Penny's. From now through December 31st, earn double B-Bucks on store-wide purchasing every Friday and Saturday. That's right, 2 times the B-Bucks, which means 2 times the cash back when shopping at Penny's. Plus, get even more rewards with B-Bucks Builders on home goods, tiles, appliances, paints, and lights. And don't forget, there's also X-Massive deals and discounts on tiles and the best brands in paints like Benjamin Moore and BH. Rewards, deals, B-Bucks. You can get it all this X-Massive season only at Penny's. Quality and saving.
At times, life can become full of challenges and feel overwhelming. Conditions such as depression, anxiety, substance dependence, and a family history of suicide or previous suicide attempts are also factors that may contribute to suicide. A suicidal person may experience feelings of hopelessness, worthlessness, emptiness, and being a burden to family and friends. They feel like they have exhausted all their options and there is no way out. Suicidal people do not truly want to die, but see it as the only option to end the unbearable pain they are in. If you or someone you know needs help, contact us at phone number 828-5992, or you can visit your nearest hospital and ask to speak with a mental health nurse. Services are available countrywide.
Smart introduces Real Unlimited Postpaid Plans, providing customers with unlimited talk, unlimited text, and unlimited data. Now that's a real great deal. With Smart Plus, Share 1 and 2, and Enterprise 1 and 2 plans, you can talk as much as you want, text as much as you want, and for the first time ever in Belize, you can enjoy unlimited data with your postpaid plan. So come in and sign up for an unlimited postpaid plan and enjoy limitless possibilities. In addition, other plans such as the Flex Junior, Choice, and Select have been boosted with a lot more talk, text, and data, providing you with the best value for your budget. Be unlimited with Smart. It's time to power your dollar with Smart.
This is a inspection first. Once the inspection passes, we do the connection for you.
Our teams at BEL continue to serve you.
During today's UDP protests in front of the National Assembly building, one civilian who spoke with the media said he is a former BDF soldier who represents a group of former soldiers that are yet to receive their gratuity benefits. Doroteo Ical said he wants the government to solve whatever errors that the Treasury Department has highlighted with their benefits.
I am the representative of a small group of the BDF retirees who haven't received gratuity or pension scheme. I need an explanation either from the PM or Minister Marine. We call Treasury and they have us wrong, like merry-go-round. Whenever we call, they say, oh, our documents is on second vetting. That has been going for 2 or 3 months. Then after that, there comes the 2019 miscalculation. When you call, all they told us, oh, it's not our fault. It's the BDF. It's the BDF fault because the 2019 miscalculation. So we won't pay for nobody mistake with that 2019 miscalculation.
International Day of Older Persons is celebrated annually on October 1st. But today at the Biltmore Plaza in Belize City, members of the community as well as representatives from public and private sector organizations met to discuss issues affecting older persons and to increase their visibility. Belize is also in the process of ratifying a treaty to further protect the rights of this vulnerable group. News 5's Dwayne Moody reports.
Fulfilling the promises of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights for older persons across generations is the theme for the first National Summit for Older Persons being held in Belize. The meeting seeks to bring to the table this vulnerable population, as well as those agencies, including the government of Belize, that work to protect older persons.
We invited older persons, leadership in communities that are older persons, senior citizens, because we want to get their feedback in terms of the next steps going forward, in terms of the framework, the strategy that is being developed. Because of course at some point we want to move to legislation, we want to enhance what it is that we currently have in place for the benefit of older persons. And so it's a summit today, it's all about older persons, it's about where we are today, some of the things that we've initiated, some of the activities that we have ongoing, and what is the next step going forward.
We have been reporting on the neglect and in some cases the loss of life of older persons. There are even reports of older persons being held hostage for their finances. These are but a glimpse of the challenges affecting this group. The summit provides a space for them to know what their rights are and to engage in the discourse.
You know, sometimes we have these national meetings and it's policy makers, it's representatives of government, but today we have older people and we're really focusing on sensitizing the older people on what their rights are, how they can protect and advocate for these rights, and where there is room and growth for networking.
In Belize, there is no law that speaks specifically to older persons, and so their protection falls under the General Constitution, just like every other member of society. The chairman of the People's Constitution Commission, Anthony Chanona, was also in attendance to discuss how they too can impact changes to the Constitution. There is an international convention that speaks to rights of older persons who have rich intangible cultural heritage and can contribute to national development. That treaty was adopted by the OAS in 2015, entered into power in 2017, and goes beyond just basic human rights. Suriname was the first Caribbean country to ratify the convention this year, and OAS Representative Luis Coimbra says that Belize is expected to do the same.
Older persons are not only vulnerable, they are able to produce, to be good citizens, to produce for the society, to contribute for the development of Belize, or for that matter, for the development of any country. I mean, one of the issues, important issues of the convention that the OAS, the law, the international law that the OAS is putting for the countries to sign and follow, is that the elders are part of the society. They are good citizens, but they need to have their rights recognized. Not only the old rights, like when you say human rights, we always know that the elder, they need pension, they need to have a healthy environment. But more than that, they have right to sports, they have right to have a healthy life, they have rights that much go more deeper in modern rights, more rights for more people is the motto of the Organization for American States.
Executive Director of the Council of Aging, Ixchel Put, says that in its strategic plan cycle, it is important to raise the visibility of older persons so that they are seen and heard within their communities.
When we talk about older persons' rights, we're talking about universal rights. It doesn't matter where you're born, it doesn't matter your economic status, it really doesn't matter where you live. Aging is a universal process. We all experience aging. And so when we talk about older persons' rights, we're really talking about universal rights. It's also looking at how do we create voices About 30% of our older person population is connected to organizations, which means that 70% of them are still invisible. They are not seen, they're not heard from. And so that is one of the mandates that we have for these organizations represented today. How can we help you increase your membership? What do you need to be able to reach other older persons in your community?
Dwayne Muda for News 5.
Today at the Belize Institute of Management, a data users conference was organized by the Statistical Institute of Belize for stakeholders, including academia, agencies, and policy makers. It is focused on using data to inform decisions, and today the event was held on the occasion of Caribbean Statistics Day. News 5's Dwayne Moody reports.
Belize celebrated Caribbean Statistics Day by hosting a data users conference today. Participants were able to get first-hand information on the role of the Statistical Institute of Belize, the services it offers, and the data it has collected over time, which can be used for research purposes to inform policy decisions. It's the culmination of activities for Statistics Week.
The importance of statistics, how our data users can access it, how they can use it, and so it's to showcase what we do and how we can make the most of the data that we collect. So today's event is our first data users conference. We intend to make it an annual event, and it is a forum for us to engage directly with our data users. We are sharing with them in this first event what we have and how they can access it. We are sharing with them some of our innovations in terms of geospatial technology, and we're also engaging them to get their feedback in terms of data gaps that they would like to see filled, how well the data that we produce meets their needs, and so on.
The Statistical Institute of Belize follows very strict standards and occasionally invites external experts to vet the process of ensuring the accuracy of data. Director General Diana Trejo says that there are multiple channels that are up to date and secure, which can be utilized to access national data.
We have our website, we have an indicators portal with dozens and dozens of indicators that we update annually. And then we also have additional data portals where advanced users can actually go into those portals and derive their own tables from data sets that we have shared there. So a part of the purpose of today is to build that awareness, to show users this is where you can access the data, this is how you can access it. And hopefully out of this we have more people utilizing this data for their various purposes.
The cross-section of participants includes international partners who are frequent users of the data and who support the development of the quality of statistics in Belize. Also present were agencies that are members of the national statistical systems and provide data collected by the SIB. One such partner is the UNDP Regional Hub for Latin America and the Caribbean.
Explaining all the data that the SIB has, the different uses that they can give to the service, it's very important because then they can know, okay, I want to analyze, I don't know, education, labor force, or the different dimensions that affect people in different ways. Who are you talking to? What do you want to show? It makes it easier to communicate, say, for example, poverty estimates. It's easier if you know, okay, I just want to know how many people is poor, how many are not, what are the type of characteristics. So I think this is so relevant. Just communicate simple things, but that are relevant to the population or to the public ministries.
There is a wide range of data that the SIB produces, and the activities help to build that awareness.
What we find is that even though we think we are producing and putting out a lot of data, our data users are not always aware of it. So we want to show them what we have. We want to direct them to all the channels that they can use to access it, and we want to know what more they need from us. So that is where we're starting.
Dwayne Moody for News 5.
When we return, Belize to witness an eclipse of a lifetime.
Nestled away in the quaint Belize River Valley, Black Orchid's Panda River Restaurant offers a variety of great dining areas and experiences with an excellent variety of local and international cuisine. with healthy meal options for vegans and those with health concerns. Your delectable dining can be topped off with our excellent desserts, natural fruit juices, and exquisite wine and drink options. All prepared by our certified chef and award-winning mixologist. Come to Panda River Restaurant and River Rum Bar to relax in the pool or use our excellent conference facilities combined with great dining.
A diamond in the jungle.
Smart introduces Real Unlimited postpaid plans, providing customers with unlimited talk, unlimited text, and unlimited data. Now that's a real great deal. With Smart Plus, Share 1 and 2, and Enterprise 1 and 2 plans, you can talk as much as you want, text as much as you want, and for the first time ever in Belize, you can enjoy unlimited data with your postpaid plan. So come in and sign up for an unlimited postpaid plan and enjoy limitless possibilities. In addition, other plans such as the Flex Junior, Choice, and Select have been boosted with a lot more talk, text, and data, providing you with the best value for your budget. Be unlimited with Smart. It's time to power your dollar with Smart.
Babe, have you seen the advisory that NEMA just posted? There's going to be a storm.
Storm? It's not a storm. That's just a little rain. We'll be all right.
Thank goodness that was only a simulation. But what if it wasn't? Consider this. You've worked hard building your future, your family, your business, your home. RF&G Insurance has policy options that can protect your most valued assets so that you can focus on what matters most. Include RF&G Insurance in your hurricane prep. Remember, it pays to get it right with RF&G Insurance, a Road Group company.
With NextGen, every day is a chance to explore the wonders of the digital world, providing a reliable connection to make learning fun, to turn ordinary moments into extraordinary adventures, to discover new passions and exciting new worlds together. Unlock a world of possibilities at home with the fastest, most affordable high-speed internet and entertainment plans. NextGen, the ultimate digital experience.
The Ministry of Education, Culture, Science and Technology is hosting a first-of-its-kind solar eclipse viewing on Saturday. It's an educational and engaging experience for the country as it celebrates the wonders of science and culture. At Maya archaeological sites across the country, including Alton Ha, Lamanai and Saramaya, persons will be able to go and witness the eclipse. In Belize City, there will be live performances, a pok-ta-pok demonstration and vendor stalls, all centered around the celestial phenomenon of solar eclipse. The annual eclipse takes place for a little over 2 minutes, beginning at 11:34 a.m. on Saturday. Today, the ministry's communications officer, Kevin Chen, shared details.
We're actually in the portions of the Corozal district, the Orange Walk district, and the Belize district, and itsy-bitsy parts of the Stan Creek district will have the full viewing experience, the front seat experience to this eclipse. They will be able to see the moon directly over the sun, so they will get 100% visibility of the annual eclipse. This eclipse is a perfect opportunity for us to bring elements of education, elements of culture, and elements of science and technology together to maximize the viewing experience for students, for the general public, anybody who would want to join in. So the Ministry through Niche and the Institute of Archaeology is having activities and other viewing experiences at the Alton Hall, Lamanai, and Seromaya archaeological reserves. Those are located ideally in the path of the eclipse. So what you can expect there, you go in, it's a Saturday of course, so standard fees apply at those sites. You go in, you get glasses, there will be snacks on a first come first serve basis, and you'll also be able to bring out the entire family to enjoy the event at those sites. And then for Belize City, we're having an event at the government house, so we're going to bring together some students, members of the cultural community, Ms. Felicita Cantun, a well-known Yucatec Maya leader from York Creek in Orange Rock. She's coming and she'll be doing a sacred fire ceremony, a fuego sagrado ceremony at that event. And we're also having a demonstration of the Pok Maya game. So those are the things you can look forward to on Saturday.
3 rural communities in Toledo now have electricity supply through the installation of a solar panel project by the Ministry of Public Utilities. For the first time on Thursday, the villages of Indian Creek, Medina Bank, and Golden Stream flipped on switches to electricity supply through a loan of $77 million from the United Arab Emirates. This was to finance the construction of the 60-megawatt solar power plant, complete with the supply and equipment of solar panels. And while 3 villages are now enjoying electricity through the project, more will come on stream in the months ahead. This form of electricity aims to also reduce carbon emissions. News 5's Marian Ali reports.
The villages of Golden Stream, Medina Bank, and Indian Creek now have electricity supply through the installation of a new solar panel project. On Thursday, these 3 communities were connected to a solar grid designed for those remote localities. Prime Minister John Briceño, the keynote speaker at the ceremony, spoke of the need in this day and age for access to electricity.
For far too long, these villages have been devoid of one of the most essential or basic necessities of modern life, which is electricity. The lack of access to reliable electricity has hindered growth, has limited economic opportunities, and has held back the potential for the people of these 3 communities. It has disadvantaged the people of these communities by denying them access of affordable, reliable, and modern energy services, something we as a nation committed to providing them when we signed on the Sustainable Development Goals.
The Ministry of Public Utilities Energy Unit Director, Ryan Cobb, explained that the solar system that has been installed will provide the 3 villages with energy even when it rains.
You'll see the solar installation, a solar installation that has a capacity of approximately 403 kilowatt hours. So that's the generating capacity. We also have now on your right-hand side, which is basically the management compound, where we have lithium-ion batteries for storage. We have a total storage capacity of 600 kilowatt hours. So that will ensure that residents have electricity throughout the night. In the days and weeks when we might have cloud coverage or heavy rains, when panels are not operating at their peak efficiency, the communities can rest assured that they will still have electricity, as we also have backup generation as well, in the form of 2 generators.
Chairman of Indian Creek, Ernesto Choc, acknowledged that while they now have power supply, it comes through an environmentally friendly means that will not further harm the planet.
This solar plant stands as a symbol of our commitment to renewable energy. With its cutting-edge technology and vast capacity, it will contribute significantly to reducing carbon emission and providing clean and sustainable electricity to our community. This not only reinforces our nation's dedication to environmental preservation, but also solidifies our position as leading advocate for green initiative. We are fortunate to have the support and presence of visionary leaders and individuals who have championed the cause of sustainability. Your guidance and encouragement have paved the way for this incredible milestone.
For Michelle Chabat, the minister responsible for public utilities, they have done the groundwork to ensure that hereafter no community is left without electricity.
The ministry has canvassed the entire country to verify the villages that do not currently have access to electricity, and has subsequently created a list to ensure that no one is left behind. As we speak, the ministry is seeking international, regional, and local support for these villages. The work must and will continue. In this National Energy Access Program, teamwork cannot be overstated. The response by stakeholders have been resounding, and today this solar plant is before you. It is a testament to the partnership we have fostered, and I thank the government and people of the United Arab Emirates for their generous support for the project. And for believing in Belize.
Notably, the 3 villages and any other that will be connected to the solar project will continue to have electricity supply even when the rest of the country that is connected to the national grid does not have power. Reporting for News 5, I'm Marion Ali.
Up next, in this week's Look on the Bright Side, friendship bracelets display the strength of human spirit.
Sir, see the garbage, you just take the garbage and dash it over and take it back and ride.
What you talk about? You just do the same thing right
Yes, but the young lady made tell me about how important it is to keep the country clean. You should have stay right there for get educated.
I never know they had an education.
All right.
Hold
it on, gentlemen. Thank you very much. Come this side, please. The Department of Environment. I saw what happened just now, and the gentleman is right. You threw your garbage on the roadside, and you took your bicycle, and you rode away. What you have just done is an environmental offense, and for that, I will give you a littering ticket.
Sir, why you only ticket this man 100? Why you not find more than that?
Littering carries a fine of $100 per person. However, if it is a company, it is $500. What this gentleman just did is dumping, and dumping carries a heavier fine. But because it is a first-time offense, I made a decision to give him a $100 ticket. I just want to take this opportunity to let the public know to put their garbage in the proper place, or else they will get ticketed.
All right, thanks for the 5 cents, brother.
Why make we stop being nasty and stop dirty with countrymen? You say that's all of them garbage on the roadside. Then I didn't pick me have to come weekend and pick up the garbage.
This message is brought to you by the Department of the Environment.
Get ready, babe. We're going on a vacation.
Finally, where are we going?
Don't worry, babe. I have we covered.
Are you sure you know where we're going?
Yes, babe. Oh, right there, see? Babe, the price was too good to be true. Me look much more better in that picture.
When life throws you a curveball, Belize Bank has your back. With our online financing, you can turn any vacation mishap into a dream getaway.
Cheers to Belize Bank for making our dream vacation a reality.
Thanks to you, babes, to turn things around.
No thanks to you, cheapo.
Ouch.
Experience the future of financing with Belize Bank online, where you can secure funds for anything, from anywhere, at any time, all without stepping foot in a bank. Apply for a loan today and unlock a world of possibilities.
Smart introduces Real Unlimited Postpaid Plans, providing customers with unlimited talk, unlimited text, and unlimited data. Now that's a real great deal. With Smart Plus, Share 1 and 2, and Enterprise 1 and 2 plans, you can talk as much as you want, text as much as you want, and for the first time ever in Belize, you can enjoy unlimited data with your postpaid plan. So come in and sign up for an unlimited postpaid plan and enjoy limitless possibilities. In addition, other plans such as the Flex Junior, Choice, and Select have been boosted with a lot more talk, text, and data, providing you with the best value for your budget. Be unlimited with Smart.
It's time to power your dollar with Smart.
This week's edition of Looking on the Bright Side takes us on a journey of hope and creativity as we introduce you to Ruby Garcia and the remarkable story behind her handcrafted tokens of love and pain. Here's that story. Friendship bracelets hold deep significance as enduring symbols of connection, love, and support. These handcrafted tokens represent the beauty of friendship, reminding both the giver and the receiver of the bonds that unite them. They serve as tangible expressions of caring, shared memories, and the enduring power of human connections. At the Open Door Believers Chapel, friendship is the theme of this month's Girl Group Conversation.
For this month in October, we decided to base our girls' club on friendship. So the committee, when we were planning it, we were talking about an activity that maybe we can do with the girls. And we scrolled Facebook Marketplace and we came across Miss Dilcia Garcia in Orange Walk. We contacted her. Almost immediately she responded to us and told us about bracelets that she made.
Dilcia Garcia isn't the creator of the bracelets. Rather, she's the mother of 24-year-old Ruby Garcia, who set out to transform her hobby into a business. 2 days after they had placed their order, the chapel's members discovered that the bracelets held a meaning far deeper than the one they initially intended to convey.
When we went over to Orange Walk to pick up this bracelet, we discovered that she had a form of illness. While that may have been sad, it was very inspirational to us to know that someone who's suffering from sickness still makes an effort to do a business and to serve the Lord as well.
Ruby is diminutive. At just 4 foot tall, her growth is stunted because of medication. She was diagnosed with juvenile rheumatoid arthritis at the age of 8, a significant turning point in her quality of life.
What is the most challenging part of you living as normal as possible with this sickness?
Everything, basically. It's hard to wake up in the morning and have pain, try to move around. I used to be able to walk, but now I can't. It's hard for me.
When did you stop walking?
When the prednisone was taken off. But it had to be taken off. Because if not, I would have died quickly because of the damaging all
your organs.
Yeah. Siempre Dios no te deja de la mano.
Dilcia recounts learning of her daughter's sickness.
Después, él me mandó a Chetumal, a un centro especializado para niños con cáncer. Pensaban que era cáncer, pero en Chetumal la doctora le hizo muchos análisis y resultó que tenía artritis reumatoide juvenil.
Ruby relies on a supportive aid to carry out basic movements, experiencing discomfort with every action. Her usual spots include her bed, the bathroom, and sitting at her mother's dinner table, all because of her limited mobility. But with considerable effort, she discovered a new pastime.
Where did you learn how to do these?
YouTube.
YouTube. And what made you be drawn to this type of craft?
Oh, I like arts and craft, creating stuff. Like, I also do crochet.
How long did this take you to do it?
It depends.
Okay.
Like, if I'm doing something, it will take me like 3 days.
Wow. Okay.
But if I'm doing just little stuff, it takes me 2 days.
Okay. So under the block.
I volunteered to help Ruby with a batch of 12 friendship bracelets she recently received an order for. She shared that crafting has been a source of solace for her, providing a distraction from the constant pain she experiences.
It distracts me. My mind is like on this
bracelet, I'm home making it and the process of it. And I'm not thinking about the pain that I suffer.
Are you always in pain?
24/7.
Where do you feel the pain?
Everywhere. It's mostly on the joints though, so I can't move a specific way because I hurt myself.
Learning of Garcia's ailment became an even bigger message to the girl group at Open Door Believers Chapel. Andrews shared that they were all moved by Ruby's resilience.
Sometimes you don't think about that part of life, about people who have weaknesses that they can't fully perform in society. But to see that this young lady still gave her talents to us and to God, they were really inspired by that, and we hope that it boosts their spirits, that they can have a more zeal for the Lord.
In a world of challenges and adversity, Ruby's unyielding determination to find solace in her own pain and spread joy to others has become the very essence of her creations. Opening their purchases, customers aren't just receiving a product. They're embracing a piece of Ruby's enduring spirit. Ultimately, it's a gentle reminder that even during life's toughest challenges, there's beauty in finding comfort in oneself and radiating positivity. Ruby's journey stands as a powerful testament to the strength of optimism, and her work serves as a compelling call to see the brighter side of life. Looking on the bright side, I'm Sabrina Daly. And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available at channel5belize.com, on our Facebook and on YouTube. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us, and from all of us here at News 5, good night.